I'd like to welcome you to the first class of our seminar on empowerment prayers of Sukadeva Goswami. So in this seminar, we will learn from Sukadeva Goswami how to systematically remember Krishna. Most important thing, all day, we should remember Krishna. And so we can become empowered to act as an instrument for the pleasure of Krishna. So first of all, we need mercy. We're all mercy cases. We actually need mercy to do anything and everything. So we want to understand Shukadeva's mood of dependence on Krishna. So I believe, now if you don't have a paper, you can use your phone database it is Canto 2, Chapter 4, verse 11. You don't have 11, but that's okay. That will be like an introduction. And we will actually, his prayers start on verse 12. But 11 is like an introduction to all the prayers. So I'll read that for you. Oh, you brought it here. Okay, no problem. You don't need your phone if you have good eyes. And then you can read this. Otherwise, you have your paper. So 3 ways to see the verse. We're going here. Yeah. So I won't take the transcript for this one. Sutta Goswami said, you can go to English. Yeah. Sutta Goswami said, when Sukadeva Goswami was requested by the king to describe creative energy of the personality of Godhead, he then systematically remembered the master of the senses, Shri Krishna, and to reply properly, he spoke thus. So it's very interesting. First of all, when we're asked to do a service for Krishna, how do we react? Do we think, well, I've got something else coming up here. I don't think I can do this. What do we think when we're asked, can you do this service? After you probably can you do it? Yeah, we might think twice sometimes. So, and we may think, well, I'm not really qualified. So if you don't feel qualified, you need to pray for empowerment. You need to pray for mercy. Krishna, I need help with this. Can't do this alone. And so now this purport, Prabhupada gives us clues. You probably won't be able to follow it, but maybe, because I'm not doing, I am doing the whole thing. Okay, no problem. So what is the attitude of the instrument? That, okay, we'll see here. What Prabhupada says, devotees of the Lord, while delivering speeches and describing transcendental attributes of the Lord, first of all, here's number one. They do not think they can do anything independently. Is it there? Yes, that's right up there. First sentence. They can't do it. I can't do it. This is really hard, So why? Why? Because they think they can speak only what they're induced to speak by the Lord. Okay, if he gives me inspiration, then I can speak. Why is that? And that, I think, yes, it's next second. We skip a sentence. The senses of the individual being are not his own. It's not my senses. So Krishna, you have to move my senses so I can do this for you. And then number 2 is at that time, Prabhupada says, whatever an individual can do, speak, see, etc., is under direction of the Lord only. So that's somewhere like that. Yeah, it's there. So our attitude is we're instruments. We are Krishna's instruments. What does it mean to be an instrument? How does anybody know? If you're an instrument, how does an instrument think? How does an instrument think? He doesn't think? No, he does think. Yeah, because it's spiritual. Material instruments don't think. You got a hammer, he doesn't think. You just use it. But spiritually, instruments do think. So that's what we have to learn. We're instruments and we think. And how does an instrument feel? Yeah, well, in the purport, it says, Gita confirms no one is free to act freely and independently. So we think, okay, I'm just an instrument. I can't really, somebody has to, like, if I'm a hammer, someone has to take me the handle and make me hammer. So we're speaking instruments that speak. I know this one doesn't speak. This is an instrument. It's not speaking, I'm speaking. But beyond me, there is Krishna. And Krishna is speaking through me. So the purpose is, therefore, one should always seek, at the bottom here, permission of the Lord to act or eat or speak. Permission. Act to Krishna. Can I say this? Can I do this? Can I eat this? And then you get the blessings, and it's beyond the 40 fads. So Prabhupada, when he first came to America, he asked the blessings. He said, how will I make them understand this message of Krishna consciousness? I'm unfortunate and qualified and most fallen, so I'm seeking your benediction so I can convince them. So he's praying for mercy. He had one look at us and he said, hopeless, hopeless. These are hopeless cases. And he thought, as soon as I tell them regular principles, they would just tell me, go home, go back. But no, I liked it. I really liked the idea of the 4 regular principles. Yeah, wow. No misiti, no gambling. This is really good. No drugs. Somehow or other, you have brought me here to speak about you. Now it's up to you to make me success or failure. Oh, spiritual master of the worlds, I can simply repeat your message. If you like, you can make my power speaking suitable for their understanding. And so anyway, that was some of the verses. Prabhupada's prayer that I'm not qualified, but you can make me qualified. And so Prabhupada would often say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to go to Australia, Krishna willing. So he always added that clause. And when he was very, very sick, he had us pray to Krishna for his health like this. My dear Lord Krishna, if you so desire, please cure Srila Prabhupada. We didn't say just Krishna cures Srila Prabhupada. If you so desire. So that clause was in there. That really it's up to Krishna. So how can we increase our awareness during the day? I talked about this, and I think in not today's class, the class before, my friend Karanamrita says, I do my best to pause before any activity and offer it to Krishna. It only takes a second, but it makes a huge difference. So getting up from bed, I offer this day to you, Krishna. Brushing teeth, I offer brushing your teeth to you. These are your teeth, Krishna. And then same thing, we had today's class also. I think it could be today's. So we need to think of Krishna during our day. So one thing we can do is ask permission before we do something. Another thing we can do is offer it to Krishna before we do it. I can offer it to Krishna, okay, I'm having a shower. This is for you. This is your body. I'm going to use it for you today. So, this is how we can. Or we can, here's another thing you can do. My godbrother, Rishi John Maharaj, before doing anything, he would ask himself, is this Srila Prabhupada's instruction? Okay, sleeping. Prabhupada said, sleep 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours sleep. Eating, stomach half full and quarter full with liquids and quarter filled with air. And then you would eat. So this is different ways to think of Krishna during the day. So now we'll go to verse 12. Okay, computer. There we go. All right, so we will sing this. I'll sing online, repeat after me. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Namo Parasmai Purushaya Bhunyase.
Namo Parasmai Purushaya Bhunyase.
Sadhvavastana Nirodhani Laya.
Sadhvavastana Nirodhani Laya.
Vihita Shakti Tritayaya Dehinam.
Vihita Shakti Tritayaya Dehinam.
Antavayana Palakshavartmane.
Anandavayana Palakshavartmane.
Sukadeva Goswami said, Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, for the creation of material world, accepts three modes of nature. He is complete, whole, residing within the body of everyone. His ways are inconceivable. Okay, so if we have the attitude of dependence on Krishna, then we have to, we feel unqualified. Yeah, I'm an instrument. So then we need to pray to Krishna. We need to understand how he's so great. Even though we are nothing, we can't really do it. But Krishna can do it if we are open, if we are receptive to accepting the mercy flowing from him. We can do it. We can actually do it. And so an instrument thinks, yeah, Krishna is great and I'm so small. But yes, if I accept his mercy, then I can do it. Yeah. And so yes, Brahma, he stole Krishna's cow, boys and calves, which was actually an offense. So he was begging forgiveness. He says, I'm so insignificant. We have, our soul is 1/10,000th tip of a hair. Can you imagine? Take the tip of your hair, 1/10,000th of that is how big we are. We're not very big. So then, but what happens is our body is much bigger, and the false ego is even bigger. And so then that's a problem. And so yes, bhakti is inconceivable because we don't understand how we make progress by doing Vaishnava Seva, Diti Seva. We're making progress. So verse 13, we will not chant. I'll just read it. I again offer my respectful obeisances unto the form of complete existence and transcendence, who is liberator of the pious devotees from all distresses and destroyer of the further advances in atheistic temperament of the non-devotee demons. While the transcendentalists are situated in topmost spiritual perfection and grants their specific destination. So there's three kinds of people described in this verse. He protects the devotees, destroys the demons, and gives the Paramahamsas their destination back to Godhead. So three kinds are mentioned here. So instruments thinking, okay, Lord's my protector. I'm acting under his protection. I'm not independent. He's great, and he can only protect me, only he. So Draupadi, she tried to protect herself, and she was holding on with her hands to sari. But then she realized, no, this is hopeless. And she threw her hands up in the air, and Krishna came and gave her unlimited sari. And so, yeah, she was with Rukmini at the time playing chess. And then Rukmini was saying, oh, what's happening? Where are you going? Yeah, my devotees in trouble, have to go. So, yeah, he came and protected Draupadi. And actually, he repaid her because one time he hurt himself. He was bleeding. And she tore off her very expensive sari and wrapped it around Krishna's foot. So to protect, and so now he's repaying her with unlimited sari for that one little thing she did for him. He's very grateful, Krishna. And so Bhakti Yoga means we're having a relationship with Krishna. He's a person, he reciprocates, and we are his servants. So when we serve Krishna, he gives us knowledge and realization. And this is the most confidential knowledge, Prabhupada says, is Krishna reciprocates with our devotion. So this is actually his lecture. If someone is dependent on you, then you reciprocate. So in the purport, paragraph 1, kind of in the middle, Prabhupada says how Krishna reciprocates with us. You know the word reciprocate, right? We do something for him, he does something for us. Reciprocate means he does something back. So, purport, the devotees who are aware of his transcendental form render him service. Therefore, the Lord also reciprocates by his causeless mercy and delivers his devotees from all distresses. Okay, now I got a question for you, because this is not a class. This is a seminar. So we're going to ask you questions too. And the question for you is, how does Krishna reciprocate with you? What does he give you? What does Krishna give you? How does he? You do service, You listen to classes, maybe you make garlands, you do deity worship. How does he reciprocate? Causes mercy. Good. Okay. And anything else more specific? How does he? Yes. No.
More services and more devotion. More services.
He gives you more service. Yeah, if you chant, you're asking for it. Give me service. Give me service. Okay, here, more. Okay, any other ways, Krishna?
Happy, internally happy, like a bliss.
Makes you happy, yeah. Happy chanter. Prabhupada said, chant and be happy. So you should all be happy chanters. Yes, he makes you happy. How else does Krishna reciprocate with you?
Gives you ideas.
Gives you ideas?
Sorry.
How to serve. That's right. When you chant, you get a lot of ideas sometimes. How to make the garlands, how to decorate the deities. Very nice garlands there. Yes, he gives you ideas. Any other ideas? How does Krishna reciprocate with you?
More realization.
Realization, yeah, that's true. You get so many realizations. Yes, he does that. He gives you inside. You get ideas. You get feelings. You get ideas how to do service, realizations, and understanding of what's going on. Clearly, you can see. Oh yeah, Krishna's hand. Yes, I had a problem yesterday, but Krishna is there, and I see his hand in it.
Like eagerness to know more about him.
Oh yeah, he gives you eagerness.
Yeah,
Yes.
We learn, we read something, and the next what will happen? Like we be so very eager to know what next.
Oh yeah.
More and more about him.
Good. He gives you eagerness to know. Right. So this is how Krishna reciprocates with us. This is really good. So now we're going to, or no, we're not going. Wait a minute. Let me see where we are. What happened to verse 14? Oh, it's after a while. Okay, so yeah, we have a few more things to say about this. So we want to be an instrument. So with that receptive, open attitude, yes, we'll get realization. We'll get ideas how to serve. We'll get different ideas. So in Gita, he told Arjuna, get up, prepare to fight, conquer your enemies, and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They're already put to death by my arrangement, and you just sit in your chair and do nothing. No, he didn't say that, did he? You can be an instrument in the fight. No, he didn't sit down and do nothing. But he fought for Krishna. He was Krishna's instrument. So yes, the whole world is moving according to the plan of Krishna. There's a plan. So does anybody know what the plan is here? What is the plan? What's Krishna's plan here? Who knows? Yeah, you got it. Yes, get everyone back to Godhead. That's his plan. That's his plan, master plan. Everyone should go back. Graduate from this material world. Yes, very good. That's what Prabhupada said. This is from purport. This cosmic manifestation is a chance for conditioned souls to go back to Godhead, back to home. There, and so in the purport, Prabhupada is saying every plan is made by Krishna, but he's so kind and merciful to his devotees. He wants to give the credit to his devotees to carry out the plan. Okay, so there you go. He likes to give Arjuna the credit for winning the battle. Yeah. Yes. So here it says in the purport of Gita, the plans of Supreme Personality of Godhead are understood by mercy, and the plans of the devotees are as good as his plans. There you go. Devotee knows the plans. Right. So good. So we should follow these plans and be victorious. So you should think, what is Krishna's plan for me? What am I supposed to do in this life for Krishna? What is my purpose? What's the purpose of my life? What's the purpose? We should think. So Arjuna, after Krishna left, he lost his power, everything. He said, I have the same bow, same arrows, same chariot, same horses, and I'm the same Arjuna. But in the absence of Krishna, it's everything finished. I lost everything. He lost all his power. So we may be very powerful as long as Krishna keeps us powerful. And so by Krishna's mercy, we got everything. We have His mercy, but we also need protection. Arjuna, he needed protection. He was a man, but he also needed protection. Krishna protected him while he was on the chair driving his chariot. So Krishna protected him. And you can't, if Krishna doesn't give protection, then you cannot enjoy your life. So yeah, we have to be responsible. I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Yes. We got it here. What does it mean to be responsible? Here it is. Responsible. Responsive means those who respond. So we are responsible means we respond and we are capable of responding to Krishna. We're responsible means we respond to Krishna. And we need to respond to anything devotional, like archery and offering. And so we need to be responsible to Krishna. And so now we will go to verse 14. 2:4:14. Jai Panitai Jai. Archie. We won't sing this one. We will just read it. Here, 14. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto him who is associate of the members of the Yadu dynasty, who is always a problem for the non-devotees. He is supreme enjoyer of both material and spiritual wealth, yet he enjoys his own abode in spiritual sky. There is no one equal to him because his transcendental opulence is immeasurable. So Krishna is very big again. And it's talking about, yes, there's three classes of devotees who have a relationship with the Lord. So the devotees, they are attached to the form of the Lord, so he becomes their close associate. And the impersonalists, they want to merge, so he expands his Brahman Jyoti. And the mundane people want to enjoy his covered Brahman Jyoti. So what happens to them? Here the verse says they're far away from Krishna. The devotees, he's very close. And the devotees, far, far away. And it's a problem for them. Here the verse says, Krishna is a problem for the non-devotees. Why is God doing this to me? They think he's the problem, not they're the problem. It's Krishna, not God is the problem. So it must not be a God. And so, problem for non-devotees. So at the end of paragraph 1, this purport, therefore, the mundaners are always far, far away from him. And so at the end, the Lord and his residential abode will always remain a myth or a mysterious problem. When we tell them Krishna stories, oh, that's mythology. Yeah, it's a myth. For devotees, the Lord will always be available. Okay, now there is a mystery in Krishna consciousness that the non-devotees don't get. I want to ask you the question, what's the mystery? What is hidden from the non-devotees about Krishna? What don't they know about Krishna? What is the essence of Krishna consciousness? Could be another way to phrase the question. Mystery. What's mysterious about Krishna consciousness? What is hidden? What is the most essential thing hidden that people don't get? If you're not a devotee, yes?
That he is the Supreme Personality.
Okay, you're getting close. We're not the body, okay. Any other ideas? Huh? Bhakti, you're getting closer.
But we can have a relationship.
Yeah, we can have a relationship. Now, you're getting even closer. What about that relationship among devotees? Is the Father.
The relationship.
Now, what's the essence of the relationship? Love. There you go. That's the mystery. There's love. Non-devotees just think, yeah, we have love. We're all in love here. It's a wonderful place, and we're loving. We're just loving. But actually, the spiritual world, here we got temporary love. You may have a wonderful Tesla, but it goes out of date, and then you need a new one. Or the in India, my God, so many advertisements for iPhone Pro 17. I don't need it. I have a 3. I have an 8. I have a 10, and I have an 11. I don't need a 17. So this is, yeah, they think you need this thing. No, you don't. So the qualification for knowing the mystery is you have to follow the regular principles and chant Hare Krishna. And so the mystery is transcendental love. It's prema. They don't get it. They don't see, how can you love God? You know, they think, I got my everything else I can love. So if you have prema, your vision will be like this. You will see Krishna in every atom, moving and non-moving. And you'll see him on the carpet, but you're not really walking on Krishna, but he's in there. He's in every atom. In the air, he's in every atom. At the same time, you will see Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. So this is the vision of the Mahabhagavad. You'll see his Leela going on in your head. So this is the mystery. This is the mystery of this vision. How can you see Krishna in every atom and at the same time enjoying in Goloka Vrindavan? That's the mystery. That's it. So this is the mystery, and the mental speculators cannot get it. Prabhupada said, because they are trying to find out Krishna by intellectual gymnastics. Anybody here do intellectual gymnastics? Yeah, that's what they do, Prabhupada said, the impersonalists, intellectual gymnastics. Right, okay. So this devotional service keeps the devotee so much absorbed in psychological activities, actually. So that's the mystery. Now, in this lecture, Prabhupada said, we all have a TV in our hearts. And most of our TV channels is tuned to social media. But there is another TV. We have a spiritual TV in our heart. But right now, it's broken. There is the Ram channel. There is the Dwarka channel. There is the Vrindavan channel. And we're not getting it, though. But there's 3 repairmen to fix the TV in our hearts. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. These will fix your TV. They're the TV repairmen. So, yeah, don't worry if the, sometimes maybe like the internet may fail and social media may fail. Like, yeah, Nepal, the youth would not take it when they banned social media. That was it. They threw the government. But the day may come when, we used to live without it, We didn't have internet. We didn't have any social media. We didn't have even phones, cell phones. Can you imagine? The phone was on the wall, and that was where it was. And but despite that, if something happened at ISKCON, within one day, everyone would know it. How did that happen? We had one devotee, my god sister, Vishwa Devi. We called her the voice of India because whatever she found out, the whole world would know within one day. How she did it, we don't know. We have everything, but in those, we didn't even have regular phones in India. If I was in Calcutta and trying to call somebody, it would take 10 tries. Of course, now actually it's almost the same because you have this voicemail, so you don't get the person. So you might do 10 tries also. And that's changed. It has gone back to that. And we couldn't call foreign, we couldn't call out. Yeah. Yeah, I remember though, after I was in India for about 8 years, away from my family. No, you couldn't send mail. It would end up in Jamuna River maybe, or somewhere. But my mother had got a phone call straight to me in Calcutta. Can you believe it? And must be the embassy helped. And she said, why didn't you come back home? I had a high fever at the time. I was very sick. And I said, Mom, I got work to do here. And so I did come back after 10 years, but I didn't go home. I stayed in the temple. But I visited me in the temple, it's okay. But actually, yeah. Some people don't need the internet. I don't know how she did it, but that's how what happened. So, okay, now we're going to go to verse 15, and we are going to sing it. 15 and 16 are very, very important verses because they connect to Bhagavad Gita 65 and 66, which are the most important verses of Gita. 65, Manmana Bhagavat Bhakto, always think of me, become my devotee. 66, Sarvadharma Prityaja, Mamikam, Sharanam. So that's verse 15 connects with 65 of Gita, 18. Okay, so, but now, okay, I'm going to read the English, and you have to listen carefully to the Sanskrit and English, because Sukadeva is going to add something to the 9 types of devotional service. Okay, let's sing. Yakirtanam yak smaranam yadikshanam. Yadvandanam yad shanam yadhanam. Lokasya sadya vidunati kalmasham. That's my Supatrasha, the safe namo. Listen carefully and see if you can catch the added process of devotion service. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna, about whom glorification, remembrance, audience, prayers, hearing, and worship can at once cleanse the effects of all sins of the performer. Anybody get it? What's the extra added devotional service here of the night? Shravana Kirtanam Vishnu. Anybody get it? Audience. Yes, audience. That's a new one. So we'll find out what this means. So Kirtanam, we knew that. We know that. If you do Kirtanam, then you can have Smarni, think of Krishna. And Ikshanam is actually seeing the deity. He said, you just sit in front of the deity and just see. That's nothing else. All you have to do is look. Look at the deity, see how nicely they're dressed, appreciate it, see how they're smiling at you. And then there's a second way to see Krishna. And that is that you do book distribution. Now it's the marathon. You show them the book. Yeah, in Vrindavan, the ladies are right up there, very close to the altar, and they have the books open to the pictures, and they almost throw it down their neck. There's a huge crowd, so you just really have to be bold. And just take this, and they sell a lot of books. They sell the most of everyone. These ladies, Indian ladies, they're very bold. So yes, Ikshanam in Sanskrit is audience. Go and sit in front of the deity. And also, Prabhupada said, let us see the book. Let us see the book. That's another Ikshanam. And so if they open the book, they'll see more. And so I have a story about one man from Eastern Europe. He got a Bhagavad Gita, and his roommate picked it up. His roommate was a drunkard. He was always drinking alcohol day and night, always drinking, and not a good man. So he picked up the Gita, he opened it up, and he read one sentence. With the soul, there is neither birth nor death. That's it. Close the book, threw it, rubbish. This is useless. But one day he drank too much, and the Yamadutas came into Mirage. You are very sinful. You must suffer. What do you think now? What are you thinking about this? What are you going to do now? That was the question. What are you going to do now? And then he remembered the sentence from Bhagavad Gita. With the soul, there's neither birth nor death. He said, okay, go back. So he picked up the Gita and read cover to cover, got the address, joined the temple, brahmachari. Lasted for 6 months. And he said, oh, this is so austere. I need a drink. So he went to the bar, drinking whole day, all night. And then they said, okay, we're closing now. And you have to leave. And then the owner said, "What are you going to do now?" Same thing Yama said, got such a fright. He went back to the temple and that's it. Yeah. And there is another story about book distribution, how powerful it is. In India, I believe it was 2022, in Tirupati, one man died, and they're carrying him away from the crematorium, dead body, or maybe they were carrying him to the crematorium. They didn't burn him yet, and all of a sudden he jumped off and started running, and they boot. No, it's me. I'm back. And then they said, "What happened?" I said, "Yeah, Yamadudis took me to Yamaraj." And I said, "You got the wrong man." And then they took me back. But before the Yamadutas put me down, they said, "If you don't want to see us again, go to ISKCON and get Bhagavat Gita as it is." He was running to ISKCON. He got the Gita and started crying. I want to see the Yamadutas. So yeah, the headlines came in ISKCON News, Yamadutas help in the marathon book distribution. So yeah, they're with us. The demigods are with us. Yamadutas are with us. Yeah, even the Christians are with us. One lady who's a worshiper. Anyway, the devotees are going door to door book distribution in some country. They open the door. There's a completely full life-size photo of Jesus. They came in, the lady said, "Oh, yes, I need your books. Jesus came to me 3 days ago and said, when those people come with my books, you must buy some." So she goes, yeah, they're with us. So it's, yes, the whole universe is actually supporting Prabhupada. Yeah. So let us also do, book distribution is there. And you can help. That's another ikshanam. They will see the book. Make them see the book. So yeah, and if you're expert, Sri Prabhupada said you can worship the deity like our Prabhuji is doing here. And that's Arhanam. So that was verse 65. Always think of me. Come, my devotee, worship me. And now verse 16 is going to be connected to 1866. So we will sing this verse. Vichakshanaya chanapasadana Sangam Yudasya Vayatam Taratmana Vedanti Brahma Katinka Taklama Tasmai Subadrasha Vise Namaha. Okay, now listen to this one because it's going to be an upgrade from 1866. I'll remind you, 1866 says, "Give up all varieties of religion, surrender to me, and I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear." So I'm reading this one. See if you can catch the upgrade from 1866. We offer my respectful obeisances again and again onto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna, the highly intellectual, simply by surrendering to his lotus feet, are relieved of all attachments to present and future existences, and without difficulty progress toward spiritual existence. Anybody catch the upgrade here from here? Because see, Gita is like a seed, and Bhagavatam is like the flower coming out. So it's expanded. It's the Gita, expansion of Gita. Does anybody catch here the upgrade? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yeah, what?
Highly intellectual.
Something else. Nobody got it. All right, I'll tell you. So Gita says, Krishna says, "I'll protect you from all sinful reactions." And this verse says, "I'll relieve you from all attachments to present and future attachments." Can you believe that? So Sukadeva, the devotees can expand. The Sukadeva is expanding on Gita here. And he's saying present and future also. You might be attached now, you might be attached in the future. Krishna will save you from all of this. Not only your past sinful reaction, but even your present and future. Existence. This doesn't mean your present and future sins. Don't even think of it. It's your present and future existences. Temptations may come. Okay, so verse 17, we will also, wait a minute, let me see. Oh, no, I want to share something from the purport here. It's the quote. After the quote, I put it down. Okay, this is a quote from Bhagavad Gita, 1864 to 66. So let's see a wonderful translation Prabhupada gives. He translates differently in different places. My dear Arjuna, you are very dear to me, and therefore only for your good, I will disclose the most secret part of my instructions. It is simply this: become a pure devotee of mine and give yourself unto me only. And I promise you full spiritual existence by which you may gain eternal right of transcendent loving service unto me. Just give up all the other ways of religiosity, exclusively surrender to me, and believe I'll protect you from your sinful acts and deliver you. Do not worry anymore. So here, he's not really demanding. He's saying, give yourself to me. It's not like a master and servant. It's more like a lover and beloved. Give yourself to me. That's how lovers think. Lover and beloved. So that's how Krishna, he's talking to us like a lover. He's our best friend. And he's asking us to give up everything and accept him. Yes. So, Krishna, by chanting Hare Krishna, we can get Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada did say once in a lecture that you wake up in the morning and you think, oh, I have so many problems to solve today. This one, that one, that one. Prabhupada said, no, you have only one problem. Who knows what the one problem you have is? Anybody? One problem. We only have one problem. What we're forgetting? Krishna? What? Jamarityu? Yeah, that's a big problem. That's the biggest. Jamarityu, yeah, I'm getting jara now, old age, and disease also, two combined. Yes. So Prabhupada said only one problem we have is how to accept Krishna today. How to accept however he comes. He may come. It's difficulty. Thank you, Krishna. So yes, he's calling us. Just surrender to me. Give yourself to me. Okay, so now we are going to verse 17. Tapasvino dana parayashashvino.
Tapasvino dana
parayashashvino. Shemam navindanti vinayadapanam. Tasmai Subhadrasha Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna again and again, because the great learned sages, the great performers of charity, the great workers of distinction, the great philosophers and mystics, the great chanters of Vedic hymns, and the great followers of Vedic principles cannot achieve any fruitful result without dedication of such great qualities to service of the Lord. Okay, so yes, ascetics. Now we don't see the ascetics. They hide in the Himalayas. There are ascetics. They're hiding. We don't see them. Of course, everyone's an ascetic in this age because they have to go to work, and that's the tapasya for this age. Anyway, that's the tapasya for most people is you don't own your time. Somebody else owns your time mostly. So yes, that's your tapasya. Dhanapara, many people giving charity. Dhanapara, Yashashvina, famous people, and that is in Manasvina, intellectuals, philosophers, professors, Mantravida, chanters of Vedic hymns. And these are very nice, but if you don't give it to Krishna, it has no value. You cannot be successful. So everything should be engaged. You're a scientist, that's okay, you can engage it. Serves Krishna. So like I have one example from New York. When my god sister Manakanya, she used to go to New York and buy jewelry for the deities, Krishna Balaram and Vrindavan. And she had one lady, New York lady, very heavy lady, kind of, New Yorkers are sometimes very heavy. And she would buy jewelry from her. And one day she showed the picture of Krishna Balaram with her jewelry on. This jewelry. Oh, she said, those are such cute boys. And yeah, and then my god sister said, yeah, they lived 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan, their village. And she said, oh, why are they so famous? It's now 5,000 years and people still know about them. So then the devotee said, they killed all the mafia in the village. Then she understood. Because mafia are the controllers in New York. Yeah, mafia, there's the gangsters and the dacoits. So, yeah. So we, of course, sometimes we may have some faith for Krishna, but sometimes we cannot access that faith moment to moment. So how can we bridge this gap between our belief and our realization? We want to realize more. So first of all, this is from His Holiness Sastri Swami. Number 1, improve your practice. So yes, we have to improve our chanting, our seva. And then second, pray for bhakti with taste. Don't just be a machine, automatic pilot. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No. Devotion. And number 3, start now and take a risk for Krishna. That may mean something out of your comfort zone, like distributing books, or you can think of something. Get up early, go to Mangalarti. It can be anything, and take a risk for Krishna. So I'll stop here if there's any questions. And if there are no questions, we got an early night tonight. We can go home, think it over. Actually,
I have a question. We say that if we steal for Krishna, like flower, early days,
we used to.
We used to steal from the gardens of some people, and they say, I'm doing it for Krishna.
Yeah,
so
no,
this is not the right thing.
This is not the right thing. I can tell you a funny story. One Maharaj, Vishnu John Maharaj came to his door and said, oh, could I have some flowers? He asked, could I have some flowers? And he said, sure. Then he woke up and his whole garden was gone. All the roses. All the roses were gone. Yeah, it's not good. In the early days also in San Francisco, people used to say, the hippies would say, when they would steal something, we're liberating it. That was not the devotees even, but the devotees would do that too sometimes. Like the butter truck would stop in front of the temple, and one devotee was liberating the butter for the deities. So that is not pure devotional service. It's not recommended to do. And you don't see it in any of our books or principles, except Krishna. He was stealing butter. That's okay. And Prabhupada did. He told her. He noticed, and he said, "No, we don't do that." He did reprimand that devotee. Prabhupada saw it, and he didn't approve at all. He didn't approve of stealing for Krishna. Although in Indian history, there's one Alwar who used to steal for Krishna. Alwar in South India. Don't remember his name. But he would, huh? Okay, Tilu?
Okay.
Yeah, he would rob people, and he made a golden thing on top of the temple, golden something on the dome. He made the dome out of gold. Yeah, so I mean, there you go. It's in Indian history, but it's not in our movement. So I mean, it shouldn't be. We do not do that. And I forgot. I have one more question for you, and I'm going to tell it to you now. Ask you now. And that question, remember, I asked you, how does Krishna reciprocate with you? Now, when you feel Krishna is reciprocating with you, how do you reciprocate with that feeling, or that when Krishna does something for you, then how do you react? So how do you reciprocate with Krishna when he does that? Do you? You do reciprocate. You have to think, might have to think about it. But there's one thing that comes immediately to my mind. You say, thank you, Krishna. You really helped me. And yes, thank you. Sometimes, actually, sometimes you go to the devotees instead of Krishna. Like whenever I lose something, which is almost twice a day, I can't find something. Then I say, Hanuman, help, there's a mantra. Maybe you learned it in Gurukul, I don't know. That you ask, there's a mantra to Hanuman if you lose something. And usually when I say help, within 1 or 2 minutes, I find it. And it's very interesting. So thank you, Hanuman. Really, you're the best. I mean, anyway, but that's an example. But you should say thank you to Krishna if something comes your way, like you have a good day, or yeah, anything. If you're in business and you make a sale, thank you, Krishna. But then you have to give somebody Krishna too. That's a good way to remember Krishna. Anybody else have an idea? Thank you is one way. Gratitude to Krishna. I know in Tirupati, the businessmen make Krishna one of the partners, and they give him a percentage of what they make, and it really works. That temple is the richest, I think, in the world. Everything golden, and 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 1 crore. They give Krishna, and he makes their business good because he gets some of it. And you can give a donation, you can do something extra for Krishna. That's how you can reciprocate Krishna. Any other questions?
Another question on that, Mataji. Now, there are people, like mostly in India it happens, that they have earned money by unlawful means. And that's the black money. But then they go to the temple and they donate that money. So what happens to that? What do they get?
Yeah, well, that's up to Krishna to decide what happens. We shouldn't be the judge. I know such a person. And actually, he financed a lot of Mayapur. A lot of the deities, so many things, buildings. So, we should not judge. I cannot say what happens to them. But you should not be the judge. It's up to Krishna. But Prabhupada did not like, there was such a thing in America. There was a drug dealer, illicit drugs. And he was giving the money to Krishna. And Prabhupada said, no, you can't do that. I know, I have a friend who was a drug dealer giving to Krishna. He was in jail, I think, for 20 years. Made a lot of devotees in jail. But yeah, and they treated him like a king. And he was in jail. He came out, he became a devotee. I think he was a devotee already. He came out and now he's doing Food for Life program on his own in America. Yeah. And yes. Yeah. So you have a question?
Yes. I want to go back to what you said around quality of chanting and not doing it mechanically.
Oh, right.
So I find that I'm quite guilty of that. So my quality of chanting waxes and wanes depending on various factors.
Right.
Do you have any tips on how to maintain a good quality chanting throughout all your run?
You can pray, well, you can start the night before, because it depends on the night before a lot. We don't eat too heavy before you sleep. So then it's better to get up early and chant, because then it's quiet around, hopefully. And put your phone somewhere and pray before you chant. I need help, really. Please help me to chant nicely. You can pray to the holy name. You can recite a verse of Shikshastakam and think about it before you chant. There's different moods, like the third one is humility. Mood of humility is very helpful. It's, lower than grass and more tolerant than a tree. Not easy to do, but that's the level of nishta, or firm faith. Okay, any other questions? Yeah.
I was just thinking, verse 17.
Yeah, verse 17.
Sounds a lot like, quite similar to Yat Karoshi.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it is. It is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, you do it for me. It is. It's yes. You could put those two together. You could. It's like whatever you do, do it for Krishna, and that's kind of like the meditation my godbrother was doing. Okay, I'm going to work. I'm offering to you this to you, but offering it, if you want to purify the money you get, then you must give a little or something to the temple or to book distribution or some Krishna conscious activity, and that purifies the money that you make. But you should have a proper living, proper way to make not black money, but good money, proper livelihood, and then you can give that. You can say, okay, Krishna, I'm going to give something to you here. I'm going to give you your what I want to give to you, also something for you. So that will help. Help purifies your income. As we talked about in class this morning, prosperity consciousness, according to the Grihastha Vision team of ISKCON, there is prosperity consciousness. You have a proper livelihood, and you have plus good sadhana, plus charity. And poverty consciousness means you have a proper livelihood, no sadhana, and no charity. So if you want to have prosperity consciousness, then you do that. Have good sadhana too, not just have good work. Good sadhana and some charity has to go with it. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Yeah.
The 16th will add something on that. Attachment to the present and the future.
Yeah, attachment to the present and future. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
If you give yourself to me, I will relieve you of these attachments. So what's your question?
So how do we take that? It is.
How do we take that practically? Well, we can take that. You may have some attachments like watching movies or, and stuff like that. The devotees, we didn't have movies, and we had movies you had to go to. I mean, it was a big thing. In the early days, there was no Netflix. There was no internet. There were no phones. We were free. Not every few seconds, bing, bing. No, yeah. So, yeah, you have some attachments. Maybe there's some food you like that's not offerable. I mean, not non-veg, but I mean, some veg food. There's small attachments like that. And present, so now you have, and in the future, you may still have those. Hopefully you won't get more attachments. But also see your children as Krishna's children. And take care of them for Krishna, as servants of Krishna. Children are a big attachment, husband, wife, it's all attachments. But if we put Krishna in the center, then it's okay. Like Bhaktivedanta Thakur, he said, he had a big 12 children, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. And he said, these are your children, and my duty is to maintain your servants. He said, my family, they're all your servants, so I have to maintain them. And that's what's his attitude in Grihastha life. And he had a big Grihastha life, and he had a job. He was a judge, morning and afternoon. He had a job, he had huge family, but he was, and then he had his whole spiritual. All night he would write books. Yeah, he had a whole schedule he followed.
How do we know that we are getting detached?
How do you know if you're getting detached? That's a really good question, because Kunti prayed, let me be detached from my family, maternal and my own family, and my other mother, father, and my children. So it goes two ways. So she had two families because she was married. She had her own family and the other family. So she was praying like that. So one thing we have to know is there is healthy attachment and unhealthy attachment, healthy detachment and unhealthy detachment. So in the early days, we very much experienced unhealthy detachment. My friend was married at the age of 17. Her husband took sannyas when she was 19. That's unhealthy detachment. But that's devotees. We were mad. So we have to learn. If you're coming back tomorrow, you can keep your papers, and if not, you can give them back. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can tell you from my own life, unhealthy attachment. And it's all over India. I know, I live in India 50 years, so I can give you good examples. First, in India, it was, they would put ads in the newspaper. Oh, my dear son, please come home. Your mother is sick. Your mother is dying. Your mother's going to commit suicide if you don't come home. And so I would see these ads all the time. And we used to read newspapers, not anymore. They're obsolete. And then with my son going to, and after he was 16, I said, okay, you can do what you want. So he would go out late, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, even 12. And I got so sick because I was worried, where is he? He didn't come back yet. So unhealthy attachment is that. When you actually get sick from worrying, it's unhealthy attachment. So yeah, you have to really pray a lot to Krishna. And healthy attachment is, I know some friends who lost their son or their child. And when she was a child, she met Prabhupada in India. And she had 7 children after that. And so one of the 7 died from an accident. And then she said, she was giving her realization, okay, Radharani, you gave me 2, they were twins. That you gave me these twins and you've taken one. So I know he's in your hands. And he belonged to you all the time, but I just didn't realize it. It was kind of healthy detachment. Because I know another lady from Australia who had a problem when her father died. And she couldn't get over it. And she started to drink too much. But then she got out of that. The 12-step, whatever process. That's unhealthy attachment. And yeah, so other ladies, I also know devotees who they lose a son and that's it. They're finished. Like for years, they can't get over it. So there is a grieving process and you have to go through it. But at a certain point, you need to go back to healthy ways of life and healthy relationships. There are as many steps of grieving, and you have to go through it. So it's good. You have to go through it. Even Arjuna, he had to go through it when his son Abhimanyu was killed in battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Prabhupada was giving a class in India, and one Indian man said, I don't think Arjuna is a pure devotee because he heard Bhagavat Gita. Krishna says you should not lament for the living or the dead. He's lamenting for his son. And Prabhupada said, that's natural. If your son dies, you will lament. But the proof that he's a pure devotee is he didn't leave the battlefield. He didn't say, "Oh, my son died, I quit." He kept on fighting for Krishna. The next day, he went through the whole army to get the person responsible. So that's the proof. You don't give up. You don't give up, even if that happens. So he had healthy attachment. Yes. And yes, healthy detachment. Yeah, healthy attachment it was. Okay. But actually, his son did have a benediction. He was from the demigods. I think he was Buddha, that son of the moon, Mercury. And his father gave him on the condition that he comes back quickly. He won't stay long on earth. And so they had to fulfill that benediction. And I believe he was, one of the planets, the head of the planet, the Mercury, Bud Graha. So, okay, he's a pure devotee. That's why he didn't quit. He didn't say, okay, Krishna is not merciful, I quit. I go to some other movement, or whatever. I don't do service anymore. I lost my son. No, he keeps doing service. I mean, you go through the grieving. You have to go through that, but then you have to also go out of it too. You can't stay in the grieving, or else it can become an alcoholic, or anything can happen. Okay, any other questions? Or is it time to go? Okay, Hare Krishna, Voice Prabhupada. See you tomorrow evening. We'll finish all these verses. Sukadeva.
Grace Mother Narayani Devi.
Prabhupada.